Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. How are we doing today, you guys? I hope y'all are having a lovely day today. I'm doing pretty good today. I hope you guys are too. Hope Tuesday is treating you well. It was pretty chill, you know? We're just vibing, we're just chilling. Hi, Maud. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you can rest up and feel a little more recharged for tomorrow. But thank you so much for stopping in and saying hello. Hope you're doing good. Hope you have a good night. But, yeah, I don't know. Today was a very chill day. Had an eye doctor appointment today, getting some more contacts, getting some more eyes for me. So that's always good. And I don't know, I had some yummy pasta for dinner. So, you know, all in all, pretty good day, pretty chill. I also, like, in the past week, I feel like I've been really inspired with, like, writing stuff. So I don't know, I had that kind of stuff on my mind a lot. So I didn't end up listening to any audiobook today. My mind was full of ideas. So pretty excited about that. That's always a fun, like, mental space to be in. So we're doing that, and that's about it. Like, honestly, not much going on. We had like a free lunch today, like a vendor brought in lunch. So that was good. Always love free food. As I always say, if it free, it for me, besties. So that was good. And yeah, I don't know. We're here. We've got our pile of blankies piled high, heater on, hoodie blanket on, and I'm ready to probably end out this game today. I think the end is upon us, you guys, and it's crazy. I feel like we've been playing this one for a hot minute now, and I know we have several other Ace Attorney games to play, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been a while. I can't even remember when we started this one, but like it's been a minute, and I've really been enjoying it. I really like this vibe, and I'm curious to see like what the next few games are going to be like. I think, as said, they're pretty similar in terms of like style, and I think they're all from like the early 2000s, so like same style kind of, you know, there. A little more not old school, but you know what I mean, I guess, kind of at this point. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just really curious to see what's in store for us with the ending of this game and the other games. And also like what I'm going to stream next. I think I'm gonna do a poll. I think I don't want to immediately hop into the next Ace Attorney game. I'm trying to remember what all of our options are. I know that the Outer Wilds DLC is one of them for sure. I think Detroit Become Human is one of the options, or at least I've picked it up since then, so I'll throw it in the list. I think I'm missing something else. I'll have to look at my old polls, because I basically just use the same games until we eventually get to them. I know that like the rain code was on there, but I think I'm gonna just play that to quote unquote replace V3, Danganronpa V3. So that one won't be on there just because we're going to be playing it after V3. But yeah, I don't know. I think I am going to do a poll though and leave it up to you guys, because honestly, I can't decide what I want to play, but definitely one of those vibes. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what we're going to be doing next, because like I said, it looks like we are wrapping up here. I think we will get through the game today. It looks like we've got... I kind of looked at the guide, not like the answers, but just like the format or whatever. The timeline, I guess. I don't know. The points. And it looks like we've got two ladder. Is that what it called it? Ladder? Whatever they call it. Trial ladder, I think is what they call it. We did the trial former yesterday, and we've got two trial ladders, and then I think that's the game. So yeah, I think we are about to nail Gant down, and I tell you what, besties, I cannot wait. It's gonna feel so good. That guy's getting fucked, okay? We're fucking him up, okay? Because he's pissing me off, little creepy weepy. And we're gonna get him. So, without further ado, let's just get going before he scuttles away. You know what I mean? You can't let him get away. I think it should be this one. Yeah, that looks about right. And we should be at a short recess before we pop back in there. So let's see. All right, sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Technically not true. This is very much a big problem for me as well. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. What's up? Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. What? What? No. Come back. What do you need? Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? Got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. To top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Well, this is not really a happy occasion, so of course we're not gonna look very happy, my guy. I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Evidence law. Oh, it's got such a cute picture on the front. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right? And so you could at least study some evidence law, really. Okay, and rule number 2. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him. Gant. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Okay. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. Listen, don't underestimate me, Gumshoe, okay? Somehow, even I myself don't know how yet, but somehow I'm gonna pull through. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye found out she's unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You've gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? We're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. Listen, I know for a fact there's like a way forensically for them to tell like that there was an initial stab wound and then someone took the knife out and then someone like pushed, not stabbed, but like pushed a different knife, wasn't it? A different knife in. Like, for like whenever they look at the wound, I imagine they're able to tell that. They're able to tell all kinds of crazy shit looking at wounds. I think this detective, like, and the police department is just really incompetent. They should be able to prove all this. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Yes, Iris? Can I help you? What's up? Do you have any thoughts on this case? You want to help me solve it? Oh, she said maybe. That's what her eyes said anyway. Okay. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Oh, he bowed. Okay. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have struck a bargain? I think I may have manipulated the witnesses. I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. Hi, Iris. What's going on, baby? I can't see the text box with you standing there. Yeah. Do you have anything to say about that? You want Lappy? You can have Lappy. Come on down. Beggars can't be choosers, though, babe. All right. Okay. Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. Girl, welcome back. You still can't stand in front of the screen. I have to be able to see the text box. Have you learned nothing? Yes, I've learned that blocking the text box makes you stop and talk to me. Yes, it does. Alright, Bub. Listen, last time I moved you, there was that loud crash outside. You freaked out and you scratched me by accident. I really don't want a repeat of that. So I'm just gonna nudge you along over there. And if you reconsider Lappy time, then you know, we can talk then. Alright, what? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement. A very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witness. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense call... Oh, it's gonna make me pick? The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Gotta be this man. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? You'll see. As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. God, we're gonna have to bear with him looking at us in silence. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, are you gonna threaten me in front of the whole court again? You seem to really like doing that. Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. I mean, like, was that so hard, my dude? Was that so hard? Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? She didn't murder him. It was an accident. Like, at worst, it's manslaughter, right? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. I mean, he's just like literally threatening me over and over again in front of the judge, in front of the whole court. Like, he's bold. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Just talk already. God. Freak. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Don't say that. Okay, let's question everything, baby. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant, Lana Skye, also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though. Not funny. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Oh, that's right. So, somehow Neil ended up on top. With the knife. Wait, so is this the one that she placed the knife back in? Or yeah, because she's covering for her sister, right? But then she did it again with Goodman, or no? Am I getting things mixed up? Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying, collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk? That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor? Yes. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court. Okay, so I think I misunderstood a little bit, but it sounds like maybe what happened is that, you know, Emma accidentally killed Neil and then fainted, like from shock. And then Dark hit his head and passed out as well. And then Lana got to the scene first, like before Gant, I mean. Seeing what happened, she moved the body and put a knife in Neil's back to make it look like Dark had killed him, to relieve Emma of any guilt. Then Gant arrives at some point after that. Gant probably pieces together somehow that she covered up the accidental killing for her sister. He takes evidence and keeps it, which he later uses as blackmail when he wants to get rid of Goodman. And he uses that evidence incriminating Lana's sister to motivate Lana to do as he says. I think that's what happened here, more or less. Hi, Slark. Hello. How are you? I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day today. And thank you for getting your daily mint. I think that's roughly what happened. Worthy, always the smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging the evidence. That can't be the whole truth. Somehow I've got to link Gant to the incident. So, okay, but based on this, it seems like he was involved in the forgery somehow. Okay, let me take a look. I want to look at that book as well, because I realized I didn't look at it. Okay, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. Okay, let's think about this. What ties Gant to the forgery? Perhaps this? I mean, this was one of the evidence hidden in his safe, which kind of like indicates, you know, that he's hiding something. But there's also this, which he also had in his desk. Just like we only see the drawing on the back. Okay, so the drawing on the back was of the murder, like, I think it could be that, right? Because, or maybe, oh, I guess also this as well, because he took off the piece that had Emma's, I think any of these three could be applicable. I actually think I might do this one because of the fragment specifically that said Emma, and that was hidden in his safe. Okay, but I think, let me look at what our, like, talking options are. I'm not sure where to present it yet. So as I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. Okay, probably just this, him claiming that he had nothing to do with it. So let's try presenting the unstable jar. Objection! You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badger you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list that too. But the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit it then? That you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, in their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. They were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Udgy. In return, though... I know. That place, right? Huh? What are these guys? Telepathic? Yeah, what the fuck's going on between them? Alright. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Righto. Think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. Thank you, Judge! But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Oops, I meant to question that. Gant isn't the one who murdered Prosecutor Marshall 2 years ago. Yet I know he played a part in the forgery. That can only mean someone asked him to be an accomplice. Damon Gant, someone's accomplice? That sounds unlikely. Okay, so are we trying to prove that his accomplice was, Lana? Let me look at everything I got here again. Let me press the last one and see what else is said. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there's one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh my god, okay. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Oh. Be careful when pointing that finger. You might wind up being the one pointed at. That means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Aji, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl. Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Jesus.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? I mean, we know... I think... Like... I want to say no, but at the same time, we know that he had an accomplice being Lana, so I guess I'm going to say that. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Well, the other girl that forged the evidence, duh. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. Yeah, because he wanted to be able to control the person in the prosecutor's office. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Bruh. Oh, wait. He must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. How is this man judge? Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana... She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. There he goes again! Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order, order, order. I said order. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible. Well, Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. We're in it together, bestie. Looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Oh shit, Of Goodman? I don't really remember what the screwdriver's all about.
Gosh, I'm not sure. Uh... Hmm.
I mean, this says it can only be submitted to Chief of Police. Or, oh, right. Because he was in there. Probably this. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777-7777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits. You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7 sevens. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant. Oh, he's stressing now. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order. Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was a violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. Hey! Right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm Chief of Police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Okay, sir. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? Hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, and we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. I mean, if this has to be submitted to Chief of Police, it could be that, but it's not finished being filled out. So, like, why would he take it before finishing filling it out? But this has the date of the crime and something that's submitted to him, so I feel like it's gotta be that. I don't really know why he'd go to give it to him then. Maybe they're just like there together while he fills it out? I don't really know. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you're in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to. Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. Could have just lent him his ID card. Okay, but why would the chief do that? Yes. Now that you mention it... Oh. Okay. I don't know what he said. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Oh yeah, true. Oh. I'm freaking out. That means we're on the right path. Chief Gant, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? It was the police department. I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us the evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Lord, I don't know. Fuck, dude, I don't know. Those were in the locker in the video later. Does this say anything? I just... We haven't done anything with this yet. He did say something about something that was just taking up space. Is that what he meant by it? I feel like we've used most of our other evidence here, other than the book, but we just got that, so we can't be talking about that. But I don't understand how he moved the body with a screwdriver. It was brought back to his office by his request, though, so he definitely was, like, doing something with it. Fuck it, let's just try it. I don't know. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Oh, so like he put it in, somehow he put it in the trunk of Edgeworth's car without him knowing, and then had Edgeworth go to the prosecutor's office to get the body over there. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car without him knowing. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief? Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Or, oh yeah, get it over to her. Order. Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? How did he get into the trunk, though? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. Bruh. He's crazy. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? The police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, I think I had Lana dispose of the body. If so, then show her your proof and get it over with. Say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor? Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body? Do I have any? Oh, okay. One of these. Do I have any concrete proof? I don't think I do have concrete proof. The closest thing I have, I feel like, is the log. The log. And it's kind of incriminating him in terms of how he moved the body, but I don't think I have actual proof yet. Not concrete proof. Kind of circumstantial stuff. I'm a little scared, but I'm gonna try I have no proof yet. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, Aji? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. Seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you. I don't know if that was the right choice. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Objection!
Oh. Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? Well, maybe it was alright. There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth. Gotta be Lana. We need to finally hear her testify. Oops. The defendant. Miss Lana Skye? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task? To dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day.
In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. Okay. This court is now Hold on. Huh? Chief Gant. Thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. Oh, he's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. He's out here again, just threatening people in front of the whole courtroom. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. I don't think she will, because literally the judge himself said that calling it murder didn't feel right. Bruh. Hi Juan, how's it going? Thank you for getting your daily mint. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. All right then. I've got a lunch date to meet. He's crazy. He's just standing there, menacingly. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Bruh, he's literally insane. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. Whew. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. No, she'll be back eventually. You mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said? Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks. What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Hello? Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, Everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Let's fucking do it. Yes. Let's do this. All right. All right, let's go. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Come on, Lana. Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. God, she's still lying. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana, if this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. All right. Let's see. I worked alongside Gant for years. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then. So that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Skye were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why there's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Skye. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. Still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is useless as any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to use the book on that second one there? Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana, so that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Seems I was the first person to discover the scene. A broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? The prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. That is so. What happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. It's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. When you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound, and then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. Maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body? I feel like... Well, was the body even moved then with the way that she's saying things happened? I mean, I think we understand why she planted the knife, right? She planted the knife to make it... I think disregarding her, like, testimony of, like, the whole thing with Emma accidentally killing the prosecutor, you know? Or the detective. We know why she planted the knife in that scenario. So I guess why move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Skye moved the body. Okay. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the event... Oh, I accidentally clicked back. Okay. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. How does that keep happening? Okay. I don't know what was going on there. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes. That wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during the struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. What is going on? Hello? Why does it keep backing up? Bruh, what is going on? The fuck is happening? So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay. What is happening? Is this like a glitch? Like, what is going on? Bruh, is my... Stop! Stop! Stop it! Stop! Oh, you know what? I think I know what's happening. My mouse wheel started acting up yesterday. I think I got some like debris in there maybe. What do I do? What do I do about this? What do I do? I think it's scrolling. I think that's what's happening. What do I don't know what to do about this. Maybe I should try switching. Hold on. I thought my game was haunted for a second. I was like, what the frick is going on? I forgot last night it started doing that. And I was like, oh, there might be like cat hair and shit caught up in there, you know? And then I forgot to try to clean it. Bet that's what's happening. I wonder if my old mouse will work. Can I just... Okay, give me just a second, you guys. Pause. Let me... Just in case, real quick. I want to save just to save. It's so weird. It's acting normal now, but I'm still a little scared. I know I do. Well, the thing is, I tried to clear it out, but it still wasn't working yesterday. So I was like, okay, I might need to like get in there, like maybe some like I'm pretty sure, because I think when I look inside I can kind of see like some cat fur and stuff, you know. So I think like maybe it just got caught up in there and I need to like, I don't know, I gotta look at how to like take it apart. or find something that I can kind of shimmy in, you know what I mean? But I didn't have the time last night, and then I totally forgot about it. Hi, Feefers. Okay. You are the last person I want close to this right now, babe. Okay. Let me see. Pause. Oops. Oh my god, I can't get it unplugged. Here we go. Let me see if I have any luck with my other mouse. Hopefully. And then I will remember to try to clean that and see if that fixes the problem next time. Okay. She's plugged in.
Let's see if that stops the haunting of our scroll wheel. I think I had a similar issue with this one. Well, not the scroll, well, kind of, but like not quite. So hopefully it doesn't do it here too. I don't have any other mice? Okay. Let's see. So I don't even know what I was doing now. Okay, let me back up and review our statements. There's also the other option with the game is haunted. Could be, but I think it's the mouse. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure not to touch the scroll wheel and hope for the best. All right, I've worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Okay, this is like the original. I think only like the last two were revised. Fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, and then moved the body. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. So we're talking about this thing. Maybe the unstable jar against this last statement here? You know? Because that proves it does have something to do with Emma. Oh, no, I think it's this, because this is supporting it, right? Let's try that. Objection! I don't know, though. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have yet been broken before he died. Oh, yeah, okay. Couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jar. Got it. I wasn't even thinking of it like that. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth toward which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Okay. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. Oops. Question everything. So the jar was already broken? It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. Certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Hey! But not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you'd do that for me? Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. So she wiped it and then broke it? I'm confused. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. That's weird. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. But you didn't. The one guy had a piece of it. All I could, unless he grabbed that later from evidence or something. I don't know. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions. So sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I've finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Okay, so I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. And then just skips to the fragments were large, so I assume she broke it? Wiped it off and then broke it? Because we've already established that the blood writing couldn't be on there before it was broken. But I don't think she did get them all. But do we have an isolated evidence of just the one fragment? I don't think we do. I mean, I guess we could use unstable jar here. Because it does, like, specify. It does specify that the final fragment was found in Gant's safe. So she didn't get them all. I think that's the move here.
Objection!
Let's try it. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just said that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that? I can believe that, yes. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. Hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. By the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there— oh, okay. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Oh. Okay. It's freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. It's a freak out fest. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, bearing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. What are you doing down there? In some ruckus? What are you doing? Okay. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I think she's trying to get in my little— I'm trying to get in there, aren't you? Did I not close it all the way? Ah. Do it. Uh-huh. Alright, there we go. Okay. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Girl, you're my client. Imagine that, coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Huh? Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, right? Are you still trying to get in there? Now? You're so scared. Yeah, you just can't bear to not know what's in there? Yeah. What do you mean, right? So do you tell foul lies? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? No, she doesn't want to be in the closet. So my little like cushion thing I have that I put my legs on like under my desk, it's got like a little drawer in it. Which is where I had my old mouse. Like I just put it in there. So it was like, I don't know, close, and ended up being good that it was. But I left it open just like the slightest bit. And now she's just like dying to know. She's trying to get it open. Even though I closed it all the way now, but she's like, yeah, I keep hearing her paw at it down there. Honey, there's nothing in there for you. There's Taba squishies. You don't want to chew on those, okay? You don't want to chew on those. That's not for you. All right. Okay. Okay. So do you tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accident killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Finally! Oh my god. All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time. Actual crime scene. Took us forever to get here. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. I hear her messing with something else. What are you messing with now? Fifi's just being a little troublemaker. I can't even see what she's doing, though. Whatever. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. Oh? I gave it to Mr. Wright this morning. Ah, what, to me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. Thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? You need to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Well, I mean... Fifi, what are you doing? I hear her, but I don't, and she's like in the room, but I don't know what she's messing with. Maybe something under, I think I have a box under the bed. I bet she's like chewing on the box under the bed or something, which is fine. I don't really care about that box, so I guess you can chew away. I mean, there's a, oh, I didn't know I could open it up like that. Or I think I only could now. Hey, there's a picture here. Wow, that's not good. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Okay. Mr. Wright. That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be the cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? With her fingerprints on it, though. What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whatever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. As long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flesh out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall spot. Oh, okay. I was like, that was not me. Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. I thought you went to lunch. What, now you want to go make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Damn, Edgeworth. Oh, freaking out. Oh, so what? You think I'm worried? Yep, a little bit. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. Okay, then what are you here for? What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Yeah. If I show that piece of evidence now, I'm as sure to be made out as the murderer. Well, not the murderer, again, as an accident. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? I mean, I feel like I have to, right? I don't think I can lie about this. This is making me nervous. Okay, hold up. I think I'm gonna save. Just in case it's like really the wrong answer. Because I'm scared. Wait, where's my last save? Oh, it's the final day one. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna save. And then I'm gonna look at my options again. My options being the one thing. I mean, just because it's on the cloth doesn't necessarily mean that that occurred when she... The prints could be there for a different reason. Okay, hold up. So this is no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. So this evidence is unapproved. But Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. But it is, right? So I think I have to show it. Or well, oh wait, no, but the trial is for Goodman. Technically, not the SL9 trial or SL9 incident. So technically I don't have to show it, right? It's okay, we saved. You know what? Let's not show it. We saved. So if it's the wrong choice, we can undo it. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. Oh, and now he's going to incriminate himself. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. Because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, Chief of Police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. We baited him. Okay. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Me neither. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. Then it occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? What if did he write Emma? Like, maybe he did murder Neil, and then he wrote Emma to make this whole narrative? Is that what they're kind of getting at? Hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I really kind of hope that's the case, because I always thought it was kind of stupid. Like, we were talking about this yesterday, of if Neil was, like, there dying and knew that, like, he was dying because Emma accidentally bumped him into the knife, why would he write her name there as if she's, like, a cold-blooded killer and making sure people find out that this happened, you know? Like, that just doesn't make sense. Didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Yeah, I think he did. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come now, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off of the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as the murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then, before it was too late. No, I think we did clever wording there. We didn't say that the evidence didn't exist, we just said that we couldn't present it. Because with the rules of evidence, it's true. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Show evidence. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Okay, I'm a little scared, but I think it's gotta be this. Mr. Edgeworth, your opinion, please? I think Mr. Wright's humor has improved at the expense of his defense. Oh, it's not that? Wait, but I thought I was supposed to prove why I didn't show it. Okay, never mind. I guess it's the handprint. Maybe we do the other thing after when we're... Because I feel like eventually we have to defend why we didn't present it. Okay. Let's do this. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean, could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. It is? The person to whom these fingerprints belong to— well, I guess I'm just gonna be honest. Emma? Emma Skye? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Are you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Nah, before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? Talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Is it this picture? 'Cause, like, there wasn't blood on the vest, but there's clearly blood on the vest in the picture. You know? I think it's gotta be the picture. Like, the cloth was messed with, I feel like. I'm gonna try that. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. Okay, yeah. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait. There's no blood on it. Yeah, that's right. Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? Big boy, it was you! Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they had broken on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's finally all over. Is it? Or does he have more arguments? Oh. Oh, he's lost it. That was close, Righto. You almost had me. I think I do gotcha. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. Okay, maybe the rule thing, because maybe he's gonna try to take back the use of the evidence now, but maybe it is, like, relevant to, like, this trial, even though the trial is technically for Goodman, so that's how we can argue to use this evidence. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Yep. Order. Order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Udgy? Earlier, old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. Then, what's your excuse, Righto? You have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth used to be legal evidence. That's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, son. Nah, I'm chillin'. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? Seems at last. Time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? Not illegally, no. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Oh. No, it isn't, Mr. I think he said something like the evidence is forfeit or something like that. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? Oh, so it wasn't relevant until he brought it up. Is that what it means? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Udgy, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. I sure can. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? Done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book, the second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. Goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when that picture was presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh, yes. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you. Oh? Collecting himself? Oh. He's going absolutely crazy. Bruh. You have got to calm down, man. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me.
Yeah, that's right, Iris.
Crazy, huh?
I don't know where you are, but I hear ya.
Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. Oh. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. Had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. It used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. Had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry. Couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more of than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Skye involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? Felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar of fragments in the glove. Yeah. What I don't get is that why wasn't all of this recorded on camera? Is it just implied that he, like, had the footage deleted? Like, that's never acknowledged what happened to the footage of the actual crime taking place in here. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy. Why do you stand in court? Me? I despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I don't think you're friends anymore. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. Sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Yeah, we're besties now. We're a crime-fighting team. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. Couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Aww. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Yeah, she gotta be relieved, and I mean, better than being guilty of murder. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty, baby. Let's go. Yay! Perfect. That is all. This court is adjourned. Yay, we did it! Whoa, that was a crazy case. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? Sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, we just read this. Yep. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? We're full circle. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen it's the same exact dialogue. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. All right. Lana. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Then, well, I won't tell if you won't. It's never over for Phoenix Wright. Ain't that the truth? Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. Sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. And hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Aww. Oh, Emma. Emma. Yay, yes. Be friends again. Be good sisters to each other again. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. Our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. Yay! Let's go! At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. He looks so angry. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Oh, Edgy. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. Oh, he didn't leave. Okay. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. You're not like him, Edgeworth. I do despise criminals. I planned to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. It's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. He said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back on today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? How I be feeling in this game? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Why am I being quizzed here? I don't know. Oh! Is it this one because we had each half? Take that, baby. That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. Come here, Iris. Come on. Take that, Lappy. Okay. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Part we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? He never leaves. I mean, I don't want him to leave, but like he keeps saying he's leaving and then he doesn't. Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, Mr. Wright. But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Ah, the tension. I better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Oh, scientific investigation. She's always got the cutesy books. The first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Cute. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Yay! And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Oh, it's showing everyone a journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? It's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was just today. Yeah, or that it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Oh my god. Huh? Well, that's your problem, bruh. Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who will be footing the bill. Why me? Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. Oh. Final objection, baby. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, I almost said coroner. As for me, this affair is pretty much it. Okay. I'll manage to find my way. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna read it in our head. It's going too fast, apparently. I can't read that fucking fast. I'm killing myself. Okay. 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 Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show you can't shake me off that easily. Okay, we did better with that one. I know, I do always gotta be on my toes. Damn. You hear me like reading as fast as possible. Okay, okay, we gotta lock in. Another one's coming, I'm sure. There's no rest. Oh. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can just be that little... Or I can be just like Dick Gumshoe. Like that Dick Gumshoe. Meekins. This is so cute. Who's next? Oh? You got something to say? Or are you just dancing? I thought it was about to start talking. I was gonna be freaked out. Don't. Oh! Well, there it goes. It saw too much. It witnessed far too much. This is so cute. Ugh. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in to me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Miss Riz? What's going on? I hear you back there somewhere. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Okay. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The Right Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Alright. Sounds good, I guess. This is a cute, like, credits scene. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Hey! Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. As incompetent as ever. I mean, really, the police and the judge are, like, just crazy. Just crazy. Some of the choices, some of the actions. On to the next case. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm really curious what the second game's gonna be like. Maya! Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. So I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. I wonder if she'll be in the next game. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Yeah, I wonder if she'll be, like, our partner again in the second game. I hope so. I would like to be reunited with Maya. This was a really cute game. I liked it. It's a little more relaxed than the others, you know, that we've been doing. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. What's going on? Did he resign? Music would make me nervous. Thanks for coming to see me off. Can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be all right. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh. Let's see. What do we got here? Aww. Cute. That is such a cute picture. Oh my gosh. Yay! Our final achievement. Let's go! Very cute. Oh, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed this game. Can we look at the gallery now? I've been scared to look at it because it said it like contains spoilers. So I think it only like it shows everything. Yeah, this. Let's look. I'm gonna look at the art book. Wait, does it do it for all the games? Oh, okay, it separates it by episode, so we can like avoid. We can avoid. Yeah, we've got all our pictures. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so I think if I keep going from here, it will probably show like the next game. So we're not gonna keep pressing, but cool. Scenes, illustrations. Oh, like these things. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So is this all of them for this one? I think so. Rise from the Ashes is just this. This extra episode, I think, right? And then the rest is from the main game. I think so. Anyway, nothing looked too crazy. Oh my gosh. Look at these. How's he get his hair so spiky anyway? Aww. Oh, wait. Okay, because this says Ace Attorney, and this one is Justice for All, which I think is one of the other games. I guess it's probably not that big of a deal. It's just their characters, but... Interesting. So wait, though. Because she's dead, so... She wouldn't be in Justice for All. I think these are just like special outfits I guess they made. Well, no, that says Trials and Tribulations, and I think that's one of the other games too. So I really don't know, actually. Oh, that's someone we don't know. Okay, we'll stop scrolling. And backgrounds. Yes. All the different offices and such. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. Yeah, okay. Rise from the Ashes is. Okay, we'll stop there. We'll stop there. But I love this. It's so fun to be able to look. I don't know what Scene creator. Recreate scenes with new settings and characters. Oh, like maybe like adding things, kind of how that looks. So cute. Ah, I love it though. But anyways, that concludes the first Ace Attorney game. It was really, really fun. I would definitely love to play the other games in this trilogy at some point, but I think we're going to switch gears for our next game and play something new. Let me look real quick. I'll do a poll this week so that we have it decided by next Monday. I'm trying to remember because, like I said earlier, I think there was another game I was thinking of including. Or no, I guess not. Because my last poll was Outer Wilds, Echoes of the Eye, Nirvana Initiative, and the first Phoenix Wright game. So we've already played Nirvana and obviously Ace Attorney now. So we've got Outer Wilds. I think I'll throw Detroit Become Human on there. The poll above that, I did put Disco Elysium, Raging Loop, and Fatal 12 as options as well. And at some point, we do need to go and, play the Steins Gate Zero. We need to do that as well. So we'll see. I'll definitely be putting up a poll that at least has those two on there though. So make sure to keep an eye out on the Discord. I'll be posting that soon, either tonight or tomorrow. So make sure you cast in your vote for what we play next. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me today, besties. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Thanks so much for hanging out and going on this journey with me. My first time playing an Ace Attorney game. It was, like I said, a lot of fun. And like pretty chill overall, but still kind of scratched that itch, you know? So yeah, it was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, Thursday we will be back, of course, with more Danganronpa V3. We just finished the 4th trial, so we are starting up chapter 5. So I'm super excited to see what's in store for us there. We had some interesting revelations, to say the least, last week. So yeah, super hyped to revisit that. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys have a good rest of your night, a lovely Wednesday tomorrow, and I will see you guys on Thursday with more Danganronpa V3. But until then, y'all know the drill. Make sure to hydrate, make sure to eat something if you haven't already, and make sure to do something that will make you smile for bed. All right, you guys? And I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye-bye. Good night.